What's up, Adams people? This is the mid-session update. My black ass is Jaman Burton.
Historically, I am terrible at credit card roulette. Let's see what happens.
Wait, she gets to see him?
The blue one. The blue one's not mine.
She gets to see him?
Craig.
Wait.
Craig. Yeah! This is why you shouldn't drink. Alright guys, welcome to the vlog. It became apparent playing this 2-5 games, the biggest game that they had going at the time, but it became apparent that we were going to have to cooler anybody to make money at these games, since this is going to be death by small pot. Like, it was just not a ton of action on these games, and part of the problem is because me, Grace, Jamin, and Dan are on the same table, and when it's a 6 or 7 handed game, we take up majority of the action. It's not going to create that good of games because we all kind of know how each other play. We're not going to like be donking off money. So flop a straight in this hand, go for a little bit of value here on the turn after getting called on the flop. And, you know, not much is going to happen here. A $45 bet gets through, which is kind of unfortunate. Maybe needed a higher card for him to make top pair there for me to make any money on that particular hand. But, you know, you got to bet your hand. They're not going to do it for you, and I have no problem with my line there. So here, a chance for us to play against Dan. Rain delay opens up for $20, and I have a suited ace in the big blind. I'm not going anywhere, especially against Dan. So I make the call here to go. Looks like 3 ways to a flop. So I'm looking to flop a straight, flush, or quads, and I got neither, but I did get a flush draw. So gonna check that over to Dan, see what he does, and probably just go into check call mode here. If I hit like a 6 on the turn, I might go for like a check raise. You know, make a cool looking hand.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
You know, but I didn't. I hit a 3, which is not awful. I could also make a wicked check raise here too, in case I don't improve my hand. But I'm not gonna do that. So Dan makes it 40. I'm just gonna go for the smooth flat here. Trying to represent. Unfortunately, what doesn't matter really what I'm trying to represent is because Dan's just going to put me on a flush draw a lot of the time. Unfortunately, I didn't know the best way to make the most money. To be honest with you, check the river. Hope he bets. He doesn't, and throws his cards in the muck and then makes fun of me for playing the hand in that manner. But guess what, Dan? Grace always told me that if I win the pot, that I played it right. All right, looking down at a premium holding here under the gun, 2 10s, and this hand is this hand is known as the Dan. A lot of times we call it the Dan because Dan likes to play this hand. He almost always flops a set. So in a perfect world, I'd play this pot against Dan and Jamin and I would flop a set, but this world is not perfect. So flop comes 4-5 king. We are 3 ways, including Jaman down there. Lots of hands people can have that I'm beating, 6-7 being up in there, and then the obvious diamond draws. Of course, I'm going to lose to a king sometimes, but I think that 10s are a little bit too strong. Because you got to remember, these people are going to have 8s and 9s, and they're going to be thinking the same thing that I'm thinking. You can't always have a king, right? So They make the call. We're going to go to I'm sorry, not they, just Jaman. Jaman makes the call, and now the 6 hits the turn. So straight draws that he should have had now make a pair in a straight draw. So like 6, 7 would make a pair. That's a pretty good hand for me to want to get value from. Also puts another flush draw out there in the heart, so I need to make him pay for that. So I bet $65. Check back to make sure I do indeed have those 10s. And he makes the call. So now, little concerning. He called twice on a king high board. He very well could have a king. The river card's a 3. And that's really unfortunate. Probably have to go into check fold mode. I'll at least see how much Jaman bets when I check here to decide whether or not I can play. So I check. But much to my surprise, Jaman checks back and then loses the pot. So not sure what he did. Maybe he had pocket 8s there. That makes a lot of sense. 2 8s. But other than that, I'm not really sure what hand to put him on.
Mid-session fucking update.
This is the mid-session update.
I just told him it's a mid-session update. It's a mid-session fucking update is what it is. What's up, Adams people? This is the mid-session update. My black ass is Jaman Burton. Here's what happened tonight. We were playing 2-5. I was playing 2-5. Oh, get your wave on, son. I was playing 2-5. Brandon was playing 2-5. Adam was playing 2-5. I ran card dead. Adam took all the money, and then Adam went and played 1-2. That's what happened. So now me and Dan are leaving.
Sick of this shit.
Most of that is true. Moving right along to this hand here, we've moved to 1-2 now because the 2-5 game was trash. And Jaman had left, so there's really no reason to go over there and play. And now if you'll remember back to last week's vlog, or maybe the week before, I made fun of this guy kind of a lot for playing Queen 9. But you'll notice the difference in the way that I play Queen 9 and the way that he plays Queen 9 is he limp called like a cold 4-bet or a 3-bet out of position with Queen 9, whereas I'm on the button going to be guaranteed position, and I also am going to flop a flush. So like if you know you're going to flop a flush, you should probably play that hand regardless of its pre-flop strength. No slow play for me because slow playing is dumb, so I elect to just throw out a bet there and get called. The turn card changes absolutely positively nothing. You want to get value from those king high flush draws or just random aces that don't believe us, aces that have a club, no matter how high it is, might call a bet. So $35 is the bet that I throw out there, hoping to get, really hoping to get called or raised. My hand's strong enough to handle a raise, so if they get raised, so be it. I end up just getting called here, and that's fine. Let's just get a safe river card. We'll put another value bet. That's about as safe as they come. In a dream world, he would have a lower flush or deuce 5 somehow, but I mean, that's in a dream world. He doesn't have that. I throw out $100, which is, there's 150 in there, so 2/3 of the pot. Seems like a pretty standard play here. I'm really targeting big aces, 2-pair hands. If he has just a pair of aces, he may not call 100 unless he has a club in his hand. Then again, he's probably not even thinking about that. He's probably just like, well, he's bet 100. Maybe I should just fold because who knows? He might have me beaten out without ever putting me on like 2 specific cards or anything. And that's exactly what happens. He ends up mucking his holding, and I'm going to be able to scoop that pot. All right, one last hand to show you from this evening's festivities here. It's going to fold over to me. I'm on the button, which is, that hand sanitizer thingamabobber. I raise it up to 10 with 6, 7 hearts. I think it's okay. I like it. Get called by the small blind. Get called from the big blind, which is cool. I'm going to play a 3-way pot in position with a hand that they probably won't see coming. Flop is 5, 3, 10, 2 hearts. If you're going to miss, it's not a bad way to miss. But I get donk bet into me. The small blind just leads $15 into me. That's probably not a super duper strong hand. So when I get a call from the big blind, I think now is the time to be Puma-like and pounce, which I do. I'm going to raise it here, and the reason I'm raising is, one, I have 7 high. And his original bet looks dumb, and the second guy's bet, call, that can't be anything. So I make it 70. Ideally, they both fold, and I win this pot with 7 high. But there is some possibility that the small blind is going to call, and another possibility that he goes all in. which we'll have to figure out what to do at that point. So it looks like he's putting calling chips together, which is cool. If he calls, we'll navigate some turn cards and see what transpires. We would prefer a call to a raise, I think. Although sometimes I get froggy and I don't want to full draw. So anyway, we don't have to worry about it because the deuce hits the turn. And the most common thing that'll happen here is he'll check and I'll bet again. Except for that's not what happens. He donks into me again, which again is just super dumb. It's dumb not because I'm saying he shouldn't do it with some of his hands. It's dumb because I don't know what it means. So he puts out the deuce. He puts out the bet on the deuce of diamonds. I shove all in for $219. I believe his bet was $60. So he's got to call a little bit over, about $150 to make this call with what can't be anything but one pair. I mean, I don't see how it could be anything stronger than one pair. And if it's not a really strong 10, or then I just don't see how he can continue in the hand. So he mulls it over for a little while, and of course we're gonna have to get lucky on the river if he calls in the form of a 4 or a heart. But he throws it in the muck, and we do scoop that $464 pot with 7 high. So easy game. I think I won $350 in the 3 days. We tried to play 2-5 with the guys, Jaman and Dan and me and Grace, but the 4 of us didn't make for a very good game. But we're going to bed, and I'll touch base with you guys tomorrow.
Good morning. I'm going to jump on an airplane now. We got to see Dan and Jaman and Jen and Craig and Derek. I think that's everybody we saw. We got to meet some people at the tables. We got to play some poker. We were actually here for something completely different from poker, but we planned it while Jen and Dan were going to be in town because, again, if you enjoy these videos, and my guess is, if you've made it this far, you probably do, then do me a favor and hit like, hit subscribe. Comment on the video, share it with your friends, go to church and tell people to pray for it. All these good things. Good things will happen to you. For now, the plan is to play a poker tournament tomorrow. You'll learn more about that next time. Until then, may your pots be big and your flops be better than average. Goodbye.